Welcome to another week of EC Outdoors. This is going to be the last show of this season. This is season 2 here at EC Outdoors. Hopefully we have many more in the future. For this week's show, we're going to stick with the same theme that it's been for the past couple weeks of turkeys. This week's show is called Thunder Chicken Fever. Stay tuned and don't take your eyes off the TV. This hunt here is from last season. I believe it was the 4th or 5th week, just after the snow had left. We just got permission on a new piece of property, and as we were walking in that morning, I look up and there were birds all around us in the trees. As you can see, the one I'm filming here is a big old tom. So as I'm focused on him, all of a sudden I notice out of the corner of my eye, my dad's getting the tail fan up and kind of scooting around. And I look over and another tom had flew out of a tree early and was coming in, getting ready to fight. Now, as you can see, this tom was coming on a string, but all of a sudden he turned to our right and went behind this big downfall that you can't see. So as he started working his way around that downfall, I kept kind of purring to him. My dad kept moving the tail fan, and he just couldn't take it. It was too much. He came in for a closer look. Now, right after my dad had shot this bird with his crossbow, we were both pretty worried. You can see my dad jumped up and kind of ran to see which direction he was headed in because the shot didn't go exactly where he wanted it to. We had to look for that bird for probably we gave him a good 10 minutes, but looked for him for probably a good 20 or 30 minutes. And then finally, the old blood trail led us right to where he was.
Well, tracking job ends here.
How far?
I don't know, probably 75 yards you went actually. And he actually made it quite a bit further than we figured you would.
Good morning. It's about 3:45. Headed to meet my dad at one of our turkey hunting spots. It's still first season. It's pretty cold, no snow, but it's 28 degrees this morning, so it's pretty chilly. Went out looking for him last night. He went up back around home looking, and I found a pretty big old tom. But he didn't see anything else, so I think we're gonna head after the one that I saw this morning. I'm going to meet him, and hopefully, we'll have a big old tom on the ground this morning. So after an unsuccessful morning hunt, my dad and I headed off to check some other spots. One spot we checked from the road, there were some couple big old toms in there. One of them split off from the group, and we were headed into the woods to cut him off. Now what you don't realize here is my dad doesn't see the tom yet. He's still peeking around trying to figure out where he is because this tom's coming in silent. So I'm trying to get his attention by maybe calling really soft, trying to get him to look over there, but he turns around and trying to tell me to cut the call off, and I'm literally almost talking too loud, telling him, right there's the tom. Take a look.
Dad, he's right there. Right there. He's right there. Good shot, Dad. Good shot. We're there.
Thanks, Adam. Good spot.
There he is,
I
boys.
think that's a deer. Now we go over here. He's coming.
No, I said there he comes. He's strutting.
Oh.
That's a big boy.
There.
That was one of the harder seasons we've had in a while.
Well, it rained and snowed.
It happened fast, didn't it? Get down there.
Well, we set up this morning west of here about 2 miles. Birds gobbling everywhere. They did it about 8 o'clock. Had to take off, get to work. And Adam went the opposite way of me, and the one got out in the road and he called me up and said, Dad, get over here. We got some ground over here. We can hunt. Big gobbler walking up the old logging road. So I kick her in high gear and get over there, and I seen him walking up along the edge, and we parked our truck blindside on this point here, run over top of the tail, and Adam said he's heading for that logging road, Dad. So we got just about to it, and I thought we better stop because I didn't know how close he was to us. And Adam sat behind me about, I don't know, 5 yards. And I was watching down the cornfield down below us here, to the trees, and I couldn't see anything, and the truck honked his horn out on the road. I thought he must be in the field yet. And I looked back at Adam, and I thought he said, Dad, there's a deer over there. And I looked, and he said, there he is over there. He's what he said. Anyway, he walked right in.
Yep, got another, fanned him right in, didn't even need a decoy.
Yeah,
He
he's the old man.
walked right into his death. He's ready to fight.
He works. Should let him walk right in, see what he did, but I didn't. Shot him about 10 to 12 yards probably.
Nice bird. First week, like I was telling him earlier, this is probably the hardest hunting we've had for a while. Not for the fact that
Just
the
no
birds aren't coming
stop.
in, just the weather, and we haven't seen a whole lot of birds, to be honest.
But the thing about these tails, guys and girls, remember, especially in the woods, it's not very safe.
No.
It can be dangerous. Open fields different, but you're sitting by a stump someplace or crawl in on a bird and start working the fan, you don't know who's in the woods. You know, it can be dangerous too, so really be careful.
So that's one down. We got 5 more weeks to go, and hopefully many more birds to show you.
Okay, we're out of here.
This hunt here is special to me. My brother doesn't have a lot of free time, and neither do I. Life only gets busier as you get older, but every spring we find time to get together and go lay the hammer down on an old longbeard. So take a look and make sure you keep watching, because it happens fast. It was pretty late by the time we'd spotted these birds. There's probably only about 45 minutes of daylight left, so we had to kick it in gear. The plan was to run in from the backside of the square and cut them off before they got to their roost on the creek bottom. But on the way in, the birds had already beat us there, so Maya had to put the old crawl on.
There he is, Lion. Come on, big boy. Here he comes. Come on, Maya. Here he comes. Good shot, Mike.
Well, we got one. This last half hour at dark, before dark. Got him. I weren't sure if it was down in the creek bed or not, but he came back up in the field and we got him.
Hens cross first.
Hens cross first. He engaged.
Gobbling his head off coming.
Gobbled his head off a couple times and should have followed his hens.